you want to learn about Necrons and more, then please subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss an upload. Hello everyone, I hope you are all very well. I'm just getting used to talking to a piece of blue tack right on the side of my phone and not the image that I can actually see, which looks really weird. However, here we are live. Got quite a few people already in the chat. Hello everyone. And of course, the main reason for today's stream is to announce the winner of the Necron Pyramid set, which I'll be doing the draw here live in just a minute. Just going to let a few more people join into the stream. Once that's done, for whoever wants to continue to watch, I'm going to do a bit of a channel update. It's one of those sort of bad news, good news, bad news, good news type of updates. So yeah, it's going to be hopefully quite interesting. There's going to be a few changes to the channel, and yeah, we're going to discuss it. So we have 27 people watching. Everyone, thank you so much for joining in. Press the like button, please, if you haven't done so already, because it really helps me out. Okay, let's have a look in the chat. We've got Jonathan Smith, who's one of my members. Hello, Jonathan. Nice to see you here. We've got Martin Thelstrup, who I always struggle to pronounce his name. Hello, Martin. We have Donny M, another new member of mine from my membership. Hello, Donny. Nice to see you. We've got Dave Doggy. Dave Dog. And now that the Necrons are winding down for new stuff, are you looking forward to just getting on with battle reports with other players? Well, when I can actually play other players, absolutely. My town, which I live in, is just about to go into tier 3 as of Sunday. So I mean, it's hard. I can't actually do battle reports as it is in tier 2, but we're just about to drop into tier 3, which is going to make it basically impossible. So yeah, at some point I will definitely be getting back to the battle reports and playing games. But yeah, it's not going to be in the foreseeable future, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame because I'm itching to play some of my new lists that I've got, but just no opportunity. Where are you located? I am right on the south coast, quite near Portsmouth. So yeah, Portsmouth going into tier 3, unfortunately. So yeah, Sunday is the start date, which basically means I think you can only have one support bubble, which is basically my girlfriend. So I'm not going to be able to see my mum. But then all of a sudden, all the restrictions are going to be off for 5 days over Christmas. Then you can have 3 bubbles in one house happening. And then I assume it will just go straight back to tier 3. So yeah, quite unusual times. Okay, so talking about unusual times, I've been working incredibly hard because there's a one of my staff is off ill, and I've had to put some extra hours in. So tomorrow, which is normally my day off, I've got to work, and I had Christmas Eve booked off, but now I've got to work it. So I'm going to be working most of the Christmas. I'm going to have the Christmas Day and Boxing Day off, and then straight back to work on the Sunday. So not too much time off, unfortunately. I lived in Chichester back in the 1990s. Okay, yeah, not too far from me. But hey, we've got a new warrior member. Thank you, Victor. Oh, am I going to pronounce that? Kalakowska. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Joining the membership. Really kind of you. So, like I said, we're going to do the draw for the pyramid set. So, if you haven't entered the draw yet, there is still time. There's a link to the giveaway video in the description below. So, if you head on over to that link and make a comment, I would like to win, then you'll be entered. I'm going to do the draw in a few minutes. So yeah, you haven't got much time to enter, but if you haven't entered, then you can do so. So who is excited about this pyramid set? Hopefully you all are. Now I have set this video to be, it can include paid promotion. So I was expecting a little thing to come up like it normally does. Maybe it will come back after the live stream. But basically, yeah, the pyramid set has been donated to the channel by Battle Boards Store, who made my gaming terrain, and he's made this little set for me to give away on the channel. It looks really awesome. It would look awesome on my table. I almost kept it. No, I didn't. But yeah, it's an 8-piece pyramid set, and I'm looking forward to giving it away. Now, there is a link in the description below for Battle Boards Store, so check it out if you haven't already. Give him some support on his Facebook group, join that. And there's going to be some more giveaways from Battle Boards Store on the channel at some point, which I will talk more about later in the video. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got Kevin Gillard in the chat. Hello there. Been watching Egypt documentaries and building models the past 2 days. These pyramids would be awesome. Excellent. Well, fingers crossed. Well, hey, Donny, thank you so much. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I really appreciate that. Very kind of you. Same here, Dan. We have Jer in the house. Thank you, Jer, for all the comments of support. He always comments on my video. Please like and share for the algorithm, and of course don't forget to watch, because that's the most important thing with the algorithm. Happy to help. Thank you very much. Okay, so who is ready to do the draw? It's going to be rather unprofessional because I'm going to have to put the laptop on the camera to do the draw. But yeah, we'll do it in a second. Let me just set it up. So we need to find the giveaway video. We have the giveaway video. Let's get the URL. Get a link. Put it into the random comment picker. Filter duplicate users. Get comments. Let's see how many entries we've got. It's loading them up. It's loading them up. We have 395 entries. 395. Right. Okay, here we go then. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Cheers, everyone. I was given this today from head office. Some Hoppy Xmas brew dog. Never had it before. Tastes pretty nice. Okay, here we go. The suspense. Right, forgive this very unprofessional piece, but it's the only way I can do it at the moment. Okay, here we go. I'm turning around so you can see my computer. Right, where were we? Here we go. Right. Here we go. We're going to start the random picker. Oh, just quickly. In the comment, you had to say, I would like to win. So if you haven't said that in the comment and your name is pulled out and you haven't won, I've got to redraw it. Okay, so that was the rules. But here we go then. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah. The winner is... Winner is Javier Izquierdo, assuming, I need to see what he's commented, assuming he's commented he wants to win. I would like to win this awesome Necron terrain. Yes, you have won. Well done. Hopefully you can see the name. There you go. Well done. Congratulations. I will await your comment, and I will get in contact with you via email and send out your prize. Excuse me, I'm going to bend down and get my laptop charger because the battery does not last very long, so it needs a mains lead. Okay, here we go. A name that I couldn't pronounce. Javier Izquierdo. Izquierdo. All right, so let's have a look at the comments. They've got to catch up. There's lots of comments. Lots of congratulations. Are you in the chat, Xavier? Was it Xavier? I believe so. I've lost it. Oh, here we go. Javier. Javier. Are you in the chat? Probably not. Don't think so. Okay, so There you go. So if you're just here to find out who the winner is, then that's the winner. And we are now going to do a big channel update. I have some notes all written down just to make sure that I don't lose track. Great giveaway, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, it's always nice to give stuff away. Okay. Can you raise the microphone volume? No. But I can get closer. There you go. Hopefully that's better. I'll try and speak up. Probably pronounced hub there. Oh, he's not. No, he's got notes. Very fancy. I need notes just in case I lose track, and also make sure that I actually say everything that I want to say. Still have 41 people watching, which is great. Okay, can everyone hear me okay? Can everyone hear? Yeah, all good. Okay. Excellent. Right, well, here we go then. So we've got bad news, good news, bad news is the title of my notes. So first of all, just a recap of this year, I suppose, because this has actually been my most successful year on YouTube in terms of gaining subscribers and my watch time, and basically all of my analytics. This year was just absolutely awesome, which obviously was helped along the way with the new Necron Codex release and 9th edition, etc. I had a ambition to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I started the year on 16,000 and I'm about 150 subs away from 22,000. So I smashed that, which was just awesome. And along the way, I've met a load of new, very cool people, which is just awesome. And of course, if you want to connect with me further than just YouTube, I am on the IDICBeer Wargamers Unification group on Facebook, so you can catch me there. There's a link to that in the description below. I'm not sure if there's a link actually, but just search IDICBeer on Facebook and it will come up. I'm also on Instagram as well. Again, IDICBeer40k on Instagram if you want to follow me there. So yeah, what a fantastic year. However, there's been some little bad things happen towards the end of this year. Bad and good at the same time. What could it be? So yeah, things are going to be changing in 2021 for me personally, and that's going to have a bit of a knock-on effect with the channel as well. First of all, for all of my new subscribers who don't really know me that well, just a very quick little history of my personal life, because this is about my personal life really. So long time ago, I was married, 2 children, and I owned a house, and I got divorced and I lost the house and I had to go into renting properties. Then I met my second wife and we moved into this place. We rented this place. It's a 3-bedroom house, and got divorced again. So she moved out, she moved to London, and we had a daughter together, which is obviously Necron Girl, and Necron Girl lives with me. And I stayed in this house, even though it's quite big, for just us two, because I wanted to keep some stability for Necron Girl, and also the school's very local, literally just around the corner. My mum and my other children live here as well in this area. So it's all very convenient. So I stayed where I was. However, a couple of months ago, I got an eviction notice for the property that I live in. Basically, the person who owns it is getting divorced, and they need some equity, and they need to sell the house. Now, because of COVID, quite sort of luckily, because of COVID, I got a 6-month notice. So I have to be out of the property by April. So yeah, that's the bad news. Not a baby on the way, no. So yeah, that's the bad news. Okay, so the good news is, as a lot of you know, I now have a girlfriend, and I've been with her for about a year and a half now. And we had been talking about the possibility of moving in together at some point. So we're moving in together soon. So yeah, Necron Girl and myself are going to move in with my girlfriend, which is awesome, very exciting. It's the only bad thing about it, or the main bad thing about it, is that Necron Girl potentially has to change schools, which he is not very happy about, not very keen on doing. And I can understand that. I'd hate to change school, and to the point that she really doesn't want to change school. So I think the plan is going to be that I'm going to have to do a lot of travelling. So I think I'm probably not going to change her school, at least not at first. So probably going to have to give her a lift in the morning, which means I'm going to have to commute to work how I commute to work now. That's a ferry and a walk, and it's going to be a long journey, especially as my girlfriend's house is very close to my work. It's about a 10-15 minute drive, but taking Necron Girl to work, to school, and then going to work how I go now, that's going to be probably about an hour to an hour and a half journey. So yeah, but obviously Necron Girl comes first, and if it makes her continues, if she's happy basically at this school, then I think I'm gonna, sacrifice that for a while. She's 12, so once this year's out of the way, up to September, then she'll only have 3 years left, so it's only 3 years that I'd have to do it. After school might be a problem, but not really. So my mum does live quite close, so I think what we're going to do is she's going to get the bus to my mum's house, and then I'll pick her up from my mum's house on the way home. Okay, so lots of good wishes. Thank you very much. Best of luck. I wish you best of luck, Nick. You're a great dad. Thank you very much. So, yeah, there's more to come though, because going back to this house, as I said, it is a quite big 3-bedroom house, and I've been living here now for 3 years with just me and Necron Girl. And when I first got divorced, I totally threw myself into the hobby. And I think, as you could well imagine, having lots of space and rooms in the house, I soon filled it up with hobby stuff. I mean, I did a lot of hobby stuff that I wouldn't necessarily have done if I'd still been married. For example, I made a massive Necron Bridge, a 6-foot piece of terrain. Now, admittedly, it comes to pieces. It comes into 3 parts, but even so, that's quite big. Now, whilst my girlfriend lives in a very nice area, and she has a very nice place, it is only 2 bedrooms, and I'm currently in a 3-bedroom house. So, as you can imagine, I need to slim down my stuff. I've got a lot of stuff. So, the last couple of months, I've been going through the house, like one cupboard at a time, and just basically just binning as much as I can, just to try and make my stuff as small as possible. Well, Nick, an hour and a half commute for 3 years. You are a better man than me. Well, as long as she's happy, and there's a small possibility that once she has to do it for a while, she might then decide, actually, I might like to change school. So you never know. So yeah, I've been sorting out my stuff. That's what I've been doing. And it's forced my hand a little bit. So as you know, we've had a lot of Necron miniatures, Necron models recently. And also I've, at the beginning of the year, you may have seen on my channel, I got all of the miniatures that I hadn't built yet, almost all of them. And I built them and I painted them, and I didn't have a case for them. Then the Indomitus set came out, and I built those and I painted those, and I don't have a case for them. And then all of the new models have come out, the Silent King, the Doomstalkers, etc., which I've built. I haven't painted them yet. More on that in a minute. And I don't have a case for them. So in the back of my mind, I was always thinking to myself, I need to get some new cases. And I planned on doing magnetized boxes, because I think it's the way forward, especially with all of the new miniatures. They're all quite sort of fragile, I think, where the quality of the sculpts and what they can do with plastic has gone up, but the models are getting more spindly and harder to store. So my hand's been forced, and I am now in the process of magnetizing my miniatures into boxes. I've done a lot of research. I've got my own system. I'm going to be making videos on it. What I can tell you is, wow, I've done the Necrons except for some of the bigger stuff, and I've got all of my Necrons in a very small amount of space using this magnetizing system. I'm just doing my noise marines. I've got some here, I've got some magnets on the bottom. So I've started the noise marines. I've got 6 armies, by the way, if you didn't realise. So yeah, I've done my noise marines. I've been measuring up in my girlfriend's apartment. In her bedroom, she's got these like built-in wardrobes, and above the built-in wardrobes, there's a big space. I say big, no, it's like a long space. It's quite a decent amount of space. I've measured it, it's 25 centimeters tall. So that's where my army's going to be going. So I've been doing these boxes and getting them ready for that. So I've been very busy doing that. I bought 500 magnets and I've soon run out of those. Yeah, been very, very busy, and that's actually slowed me down doing other hobby stuff. So I have been painting my monolith, and I'm nearly finished. Actually, I was supposed to finish tomorrow, but as I said, now I'm working. So the monolith as painting's got to be delayed slightly. But yeah, that's what I've been doing basically. I've been very busy clearing the house, sorting stuff out, and getting my new storage boxes complete. However, there is more to the story. Let's have a quick look at the chat before we continue. Right, don't bin it, eBay it. Yeah, I know, but I've found it very difficult trying to sell stuff, and a lot of the stuff that I've got isn't that sellable. I had like a load of PlayStation games which were like the SingStar stuff that my ex used to have, and like The Sims, and we're talking about PlayStation 2. So yeah, I just binned them because they're just worth nothing. No one wants them. Right, let's have a quick look. Still here, just absorbing the information. That's okay, Donnie. I know there's a lot to take in. Definitely. So as I said, I'm currently renting this place, and everything that's in it here is mine, apart from the cooker. However, of course, my girlfriend's apartment is fully furnished. You know, she's got her sofa and everything. So all of my furniture has got to go. Now, this furniture that I've got is quite old. When we first moved in, I think it's about 15 years old. So as you can imagine, like the sofa's like almost clapped out, and everything's just old, basically. So I need to get rid of it. So I need to work out the best way to basically clear out everything in the house. You know, like microwave and fridge freezer and just everything. So I'm thinking maybe get some house clearance person in, maybe, to get rid of all of that. Your models would sell. I won't be selling the models. However, I've got a lot of stuff which I don't want to take. I've got 500 Star Trek books. That's 100 there. The rest of them are in the loft in boxes. I have joined a Star Trek buy and sell Facebook group, trying to get some advice on that. And the general consensus is that what I need to do is put them in series of like 5 or 10 books and like sell them individually. No, not individually, but like sell like a lot of books, like series like 1 to 10. Here you go, that's X amount of money. I don't want a load of money for them, and I don't really want to sell them, but then on the other hand, I don't read them. I haven't read any books for a long time. I just don't have time to read them, so it probably is time to move them on. Ideally, I just want to move them in one go. So here you go, 500 books, take them, here's a bit of money for me, great, and that's job done. But it's going to be a lot of hassle trying to sell them all separately and individually. I've got some white dwarf magazines from years ago, which I'm literally thinking of probably just dumping them. No one really wants them, and I saved them because sometimes the articles I like to look back on, but now everything's on the internet anyway. I mean, there's a couple of white dwarf magazines that I've saved because they've got how to paint harlequins in there. I thought, yeah, when I paint my harlequins, I'm going to use these magazines, but now I don't need to because it's all on YouTube, it's all on the internet. So probably thinking about moving the white dwarf magazines. I'll probably try to donate all the furniture and stuff you own that you don't want, and whether else is left over you could get disposal of via a company. Yeah, I could donate it if I could get some money for it as well. That would be very useful. Jonathan Smith is looking for a third bed together, a more ideal option. No, because my girlfriend doesn't want to move where she lives, and I totally understand why, because it's a fantastic place. I mean, it's like being on holiday. I don't know if you saw the video that I recorded from her balcony. Like, the view is just awesome. It's a beautiful place. So yeah, we did discuss it. We discussed her moving in here before it came up for eviction, etc. You know, we'd be discussing getting together previously quite a lot anyway. So it was a great view, yeah. All right, I'm gonna have a quick look at my notes. Blah blah blah. Oh yes, so the other thing which is potentially going to have to go is my Warhound Titan, because I'm literally going to have nowhere to put that, and I don't play with it. It's collecting dust basically. I mean, it's nice to look at, but thinking that's probably going to have to go. So I need to get rid of the Warhound Titan. Not quite sure how. And yeah, of course, as I said, the bigger pieces of terrain. You want the Warhound? Okay. Get me on Facebook. Find me on Facebook and send me a message. I'm also potentially going to get rid of the Necron Bridge that I made, because it's just such a big piece of terrain, and the truth is I've only played one game on it since I made it, and I made it like 2 years ago, and I played one game. It's cool, but most of the games that I play are not necessarily competitive, but like based around a competitive scene where you want the terrain or equal and even. So the bridge doesn't really make it out onto the table. So I'm thinking the bridge has got to go. I definitely don't want to get rid of my big tomb that I've got. I'm going to desperately try to keep that, because I made that years ago and I just love it. Just a thought, do they have a garage that you could rent for your stuff? There's no garage. I mean, I potentially could rent a storage place. Check out the local gaming club, see if the tables need more cover saves. Yeah, that's a good idea. When's the video on the storage boxes coming out? Okay, so my plan is to basically finish doing all of my storage of the miniatures. And then my plan is to have a video that says I'm going to show all of my old cases and boxes and everything that I used to store them on, and I'm going to compare it to the new storage system. And in theory, it should be a massive set of cases and boxes and stuff to a much, much smaller set. And then I'm going to do, I've already planned this out, I'm going to do the ultimate guide. There's actually quite a few videos on YouTube already about storage boxes, but having done so much, I'm going to do the ultimate guide with all of the different aspects, what you can do, how you can do it, my preferred option, etc. So I think it'll be a good video, but it's going to take time. Yeah, so that's what's happening. Did you get the package I sent to you via Morgan? Not yet, but Richard has it, and he is going to pop it into my place of work soon. The ultimate guide. Yes, I've already got it in my head how I'm going to do it, because as I said, there's too many like how to magnetize storage boxes. So yeah, mine's going to be the ultimate guide by IDICBeer. Okay, so back to some exciting news. And some of you might fall off your chair when I tell you this. I'm going to get an airbrush. Yes, me, an airbrush. And the reason for that is because when I move, my girlfriend doesn't have a garden. We've got a balcony, but no garden. And I'm figuring I'm going to need an airbrush for priming and for varnishing. That's the two reasons, priming and varnishing, potentially base coating. And yeah, if in the future, I mean, as I always said, the airbrush isn't going to help my armies, because my armies are already, the paint scheme's already locked and loaded. I won't be using an airbrush for anything but priming them. But if I do commissions of some description, then the airbrush could be quite useful for that. But yeah, primarily because I can't prime my miniatures in the garden anymore. So an airbrush seems to be the best option. Yes. Okay, Jonathan says, get in touch with a local community centre or church. They tend to have a hall perfect for gaming. They could potentially set up a small club or meet up games, obviously after COVID. Yeah, absolutely, that's good advice. Also, I'd recommend an airbrush booth off Amazon. It's great. Yes, I'll need a booth of some description for that. But yeah, can't believe it. I'm actually quite excited about it. I must admit, I was a little bit inspired by Andy from Blackjack Legacy. So he made a video on like the cheapest airbrush that he could get off Amazon, and comparing it to like his proper airbrush. And yeah, I was looking at that, and I thought, like Andy said, if you're just going to be priming your miniatures, then a cheap one probably going to be fine. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, there is a possibility that I might. My girlfriend's dad, he used to own a stationery store, and I know his house is filled with lots of stuff. And he has mentioned he's got some airbrushes. Trying to think of the name now, the most popular name for airbrush, I can't remember. Badger, yeah. So apparently he's got some Badger airbrushes. I don't think he's got compressors, but he's got the actual airbrushes, so I might be able to borrow one of those. Or Badger, yeah, Badger. Only for priming, that's clever if you're tight on space. Yeah. Okay. So we are then now on to how is all of this going to affect the channel? That is the question. This is 6%. This is quite strong. I've got another one here just in case I finish that first one. Right, here we go. Let's have a look at some of these comments. Check out Airgo for compressor. Fantastic value. Okay, thank you. That sounds good. Finally, an airbrush. Tipsy Nick. I'm not allowed an airbrush in the house in case it gets on the walls. To be fair, that's a good point. Isn't that why you have a booth though, an airbrush booth? And you can't get it on the walls. Mind you, you should see my garden. I've got primer everywhere. Like the wheelie bin's got black primer paint on there. The pathway's got black primer on there. Excuse me. Right. On to the channel, is what my notes say. So I'm currently uploading twice a week. During the massive Necron release, I was aiming for 3 videos a week, which I pretty much did most of the time. I've dropped down to 2 videos a week. So obviously the Monday video is always happening, always, generally, hopefully. But no, the last like 3-4 years, I've always had a Necron video on a Monday, and I've been trying to fit one in on the Thursday as well. Usually it's been sort of hobby on Thursday, and then maybe the sort of tactical videos on Monday. This Thursday there wasn't a video, but that's why I was going live. So this is your video. I've recorded next Monday's video, which little preview. It's going to be on the Canoptic Spider. And then next Thursday is Christmas Eve, so I'm probably not going to have a video, especially with all the extra work that I'm doing at the moment. So anyway, I'm currently running on 2 videos a week. Potentially, I foresee that dropping down to 1 video a week, probably just the Monday video, down to the fact that I'm going to be very busy doing other stuff. So for now, I'm thinking probably in the new year I'll drop down to 1 video a week, unless I've got something else to share. So for example, maybe I'll finish painting the monolith, because when that's finished I do want to do a sort of comparison video. So yeah, you might see some extra videos, but I'm thinking I'll probably aim for 1 a week. If I do 2, then great. Maybe 1 a week and potentially a live stream, but that's going to be sort of the minimum I'm going to try to aim for. So the booth has a hose that pushes the fumes out of the house. It also has a filter to catch a lot of the paint. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So what else? Yes, during the actual move itself, I may potentially have to stop uploading full stop, unless I can get some preloaded ready to go up. But I envisage for a few weeks I might have to just not upload. I'd hate to do that. I love uploading videos to YouTube. It's very exciting. I really enjoy it. But I might have to take a little rest from it for a couple of weeks, maybe not. We'll have to see. And then, of course, when I move, things are going to be different. There's going to be no blinds. So you probably noticed my last few videos I've just been recording at the blinds, and that's my last videos I'm going to be doing up against the blinds, because when I move out they will be gone. I don't exactly know the how, the when, the where of recording videos at my girlfriend's place, but I'll come up with something somehow, even if it means just live streaming at first. So maybe when I first move in and settling down, I might just do a live stream every so often until I get into some sort of rhythm, etc. No more neighbours mowing the lawn, no. No, but she does have a guinea pig. He makes quite a lot of noise. He squeaks quite a lot when he's hungry. So I do envisage there still being some different outtakes, let's say. So yeah, it's exciting. It is exciting. But yeah, it's going to obviously, it's all new. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So new recording area. Gonna have to find my feet, and there's no curtains. I might. I think I'm gonna have a desk there. It's been mentioned, but I think I might be taking over my girlfriend's desk. So that'd be cool. But obviously, the other thing which I've noted here is not only, of course, have I got a different location and I need to work out a new recording schedule. At the moment, I record a video on a Wednesday and then I do hobby on a Friday. My girlfriend works from home. So when I have my days off, it's going to be different basically. So I'm just going to have to find my feet recording. And at the moment, I have all of my cameras, all of my lighting, all of my exposures. I have everything locked and loaded. I know exactly where I'm putting the camera, what exposure it's going to be on, where to put the light. It's going to be all new. So I'm envisaging a drop in quality for a while until I literally just find my feet. But that's fine because it may give me a new lease of life to come up with new ideas, and might spur me on to come up with new and different content as well. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. IDICBeer, I recommend this Tuffium airbrush spray booth with LED lights, fan filter and 6-foot exhaust hobe. Portable paint spray booth for painting. Okay, yeah, sounds good. So, actually, on my last note, what we'll do is we'll have a little chat in a minute, and I'll take any questions, etc. But yeah, my last note is, I think it will be a slow year for the channel in terms of growth. So yeah, I'm thinking in 2021, it's going to be a much slower year than this year. I would love to say that my end of year target for next year would be 30,000 subscribers, which is 8,000 subscribers in 1 year. It's a huge target. And I might have set myself that goal if things had stayed the same. But with the move and everything, dropping down to 1 video a week, etc., I think that's an unrealistic goal. So I'm going to set my goal of 25,000 subscribers by the end of next year. Now, it's not all about subscribers, but it's good to have a target and a goal to work towards, something to motivate you to keep making videos. So that's my target, and that's going to be 3,000 subscribers in a year, which, to be fair, 3,000 subscribers in 1 year is a good amount of subscribers to get, especially with 1 video a week. If worst case scenario, I drop to that. So yeah, that's it. That's my notes. I've talked about everything in my notes. So that is my major update. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, and we will have a little look at any questions that you may have. I suppose the first thing to note is the new Necron, which we've seen on the community tab. Warhammer community, that's it, which I shared on my community tab. So yeah, that cool looking new Necron. It's quite interesting because I was thinking maybe he could be one of the characters that we've got, with Finecast characters redone in plastic, but he does have only one eye, which is definitely a cryptic thing. Maybe Oricon. I don't think it's Kit Bash, and I think the main reason I don't think it's Kit Bash is the staff. the arm, the right arm, doesn't have those dangly things aren't on any right arm. However, it could have been, I suppose, moved from a royal warden. He does look a little bit like the Triarchs from the Silent King, which somebody's actually just commented that. He definitely looks like that. Yeah, it's hard to know. There's been guesses about the new Technomancer with the node. Yeah, it's definitely very interesting. And the fact that it's just there, just hiding, and Games Workshop haven't said anything about it whatsoever. We're still waiting, of course, for our other new miniatures to come, the other Cryptex and also the flayed ones, which we know are coming. When, we don't know, but yeah. So it's a little teaser from Games Workshop. They must have known, obviously, that we were going to see that. It's obviously not a mistake. Very cool. Very cool. He looks like one of the Silent King thrones. He does indeed. The staff, base size, and spine point to a character. He definitely looks like a character. Kill team when? Well, when my buddy and myself are able to get together, because obviously at the moment we can't. Kill team was on the cards and they just all got cancelled because of COVID, and then 9th edition came out and we've not even discussed Kill team. But hopefully one day. Oh yes, the Necron Kill team, maybe that is when we will get the new model. Okay, right, so the new model could be something to do with Kill team. Possibly, yeah. Old Orican is on a 28mm base, so could be Orican. Would you consider playing a narrative? I would, yeah. I actually did my own narrative campaign. When I was playing my Dark Eldar, my buddy was playing Orcs, and I did this 5-mission campaign, wrote it all out, and we played a few games. One of the missions was me with 500 points of Necrons, and my buddy had 1,000 points of Orcs. It's basically like an overwhelming game, and changing the narrative. And I won that game, and my buddy just had enough. So he stopped playing and the campaign was cancelled. But I'd consider a campaign if I had someone to play the campaign with. The Crusade thing, I just haven't been able to get into. It just seems a little bit, not complicated, but more stuff to do and think about. Okay, any other questions? I'll probably continue for another 10 minutes, so we'll do an hour stream. Chronomancer could be released before he's announced. Wibbly wobbly timing, wibbly stuff. What do you all think about the new Win Your Army with a Battle Forge from Games Workshop? Yeah, obviously they're just desperately trying to sell their app, aren't they? I mean, they only have to sell a few subscriptions, and you know, they get the money back for giving away that army. I won't be doing the app myself personally. Have you found a way to mess with the Plasmancer in your lists? I haven't made a list yet with the Plasmancer. I've got three lists waiting to be played. So I want to play those and go from there, really. Battle Scribe wins hands down. I don't think Games Workshop make my dream army. The app is stupid in my opinion. If I'm paying for the app, I want access to the books on the app. Yeah, a lot of people have been complaining. Aha! Victor Koloskia. Hello, you are in the house. Check this out, Victor. No, you're not in the house. Oh, well, that's the trouble going live. I thought you'd won, but apologies, you haven't. I'm very sorry about that. The winner of the giveaway was Javier. Sorry, Victor. Okay, forget I said that. Right, on to the questions. I've honestly never been disappointed by the Plasmancer. I've heard some people say about that. Thank you, Dave, for confirming who won. Oh, you were here at the draw. Okay, apologies for that. I got excited thinking the person who won was in the draw. That was in the live stream. Painting my Indomitus Necrons. Cool. Do you think they released the app to stop third-party apps like Battlescribe running? Possibly. I mean, I think they probably just thought it's potentially a chance to make more money. Victor has been drunk. That is all I'm going to say. Yeah, I'm going to blame it on the beer. Okay, so what else to say? I don't know what else I've got to say, really, to be fair. As I said, I'm currently painting the Silent King. I've redone all of the Blackstone on the correct edges. It's looking pretty cool. And I have to say, that model is awesome. I'm still not a huge fan of the ball, the golf ball, but it's not that bad. And I'm not a huge fan of the canoptic creature on the back, but it's not that bad. But the actual model and how it goes together, it's a fun model. You definitely have to build it in sub-assembly. Paint it in sub-assembly. But it is a fun model. When you start putting it together, you think, yeah, that's really cool. And if you're the type of person who likes to paint the inside of rhinos and land raiders, you'll love the monolith, because yeah, there's something quite exciting about looking inside a model and seeing it all painted up. And that's what the monolith is like. It's one of those models. I'm going for the stone effect for Midwinter Minis. From Midwinter Minis. I've not heard of Midwinter Minis. I want one even just to paint it. It is a fun model, and to be honest, after seeing the sprue for the Catan, the Void Dragon, which, yes, it's an awesome miniature. The cost of that miniature compared to the monolith, whilst the monolith is a lot of money, and I get it, you get a lot of plastic for that money. You get 6 sprues, big bits of plastic. They're very well detailed. The model is awesome, and yeah, I'm happy with my purchase for it. I'm happy with it. I wouldn't pay the asking price for the new monolith. I just keep my old one. I totally get that. I mean, I've got 2 old ones anyway. I bought it because it was a new Necron miniature, and I saw it as an investment to the channel, because I can make the unboxing video, the painting videos, and do battle reports with it, and it's going to be fun to play, that's for sure. I have finished my Silent King and Void Dragon. Awesome, that's brilliant. My next painting project will be the stones, the Dominion stones, because they're just super cool. I want to get them done. I originally planned on batch painting all of the new miniatures, but with obviously what's happening now, that's gone out the window. I don't want to commit myself to so much painting in one go. So I am going to be painting one unit at a time. So I started with the monolith, and then I'm going to do the Dominion stones. And that means I would have painted the new Blackstone, and then I can look at either the Silent King or the Catan. Those would be the other 2 projects that I want to get done. Doomstalkers, I've now got my 3rd Doomstalker, so I still need to build my 3rd one. I've done all the mould lines of the 2nd one, but I haven't built it yet. I'm going to convert them. Lots of little projects that I would be doing if I haven't been magnetising all of my miniatures in boxes. So yeah. It is what it is. The Dominion stones do sound like fun though. Yeah, absolutely. They look awesome. I can't wait to paint them. It's going to be fun. I'm going to play tomorrow versus Tau. Awesome. That'll be fun. I haven't played against Tau for quite a long time, since I played Ace Face. I used to have a buddy who played Tau. We used to play a lot. Sadly, he passed away a good few years ago. He had the sort of old school Tau army with the pariahs and what are they called now? Stealth suits and stuff. Way before the Riptides. I hate Tau. Patrol Novox, Scorpec Lord, Chronomancer, 10 Gauss Immortals, 10 Lich Guard, 6 Ophidians, 5 Scarabs, a Nightbringer, Patrol Sutek, Imatech, Gauss, Immortals, Deceivers. Yes, a nice list of very awesome miniatures. How is our matchup versus Blood Angels? Have you played any against the new supplements? No, I haven't been able to game whatsoever because of the COVID restrictions. The last game I played was the Assault battle report that I put up on the channel. I record all of my games. That was the last time I played, so that was ages ago. Richard and I, CM More Games, we were going to play an Indomitus game. 2 halves of the Indomitus, 2 sets of Necrons versus 2 sets of Space Marines. That was our next game. And then the new restrictions came in and it was cancelled. And that's a big shame because we wanted to play that. And then we had some, and we wanted to play a more competitive game after that as well. It's going to happen. We're going to do it, but obviously we can't do it until all of the restrictions are lifted, sadly. What do you think about Tau being descendants of the Necron tier? I've not heard about that, to be fair. What do I think of it? Fair enough. Why not? The fact that we can now heroic intervene with our wraiths makes them crazy utility. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that stratagem is awesome. It's really good. If someone says, oh, I'm not going to take on those wraiths or whatever they're going to be, even scarab swarms, be able to heroically intervene is fantastic. All right, everyone. All right, Nick, you still going to play the big Forge World model? I'm a bit underwhelmed with the Forge World rules. Yeah, I've got planned for a video on the Seraptic. Actually, I wanted to make it a little while ago, but I've been concentrating on Codex videos. But yeah, I'm going to be making a video on that. I will be playing it. It's annoying not being able to play games because there's so much I want to do and try, and obviously making videos about units. Ideally I want to be playing those units to be able to make videos on them, when it's okay looking at stats on a piece of paper, but there's nothing like playing them. So I've been concentrating on the units that I have played so far, and I'm hoping that the lockdown will finish. I'll be able to start playing all the other stuff so I can start making videos on them. Tesseract Arc is still amazing. Yes, that does seem pretty good. Let us know how it works out. I will definitely let you know. You'll see a battle report when I do play it, for sure. Basically, I'm going to put the Deceiver, the Nightbringer, Scorpec Lord, Lich Guard and Ophidians in Deep Strike. Grand Legion allows it, yep. And second turn, drop everything near their castle as possible. Scorpec Lord can't take Overwatch if next to Lich Guard. What is your favourite Necron weapon? Mind Shackle Scarabs used to be my favourite weapon in the old days when we used to have a very, very cool rule. Do you remember that? That was awesome. These days, favourite weapon? I don't really have a favourite weapon, I don't think. I mean, the classic Warsaw, probably. Is that Punk Dog beer? It is Brew Dog. I was going to be back to front on the camera, but it's Brew Dog, apparently. Some clubs have been able to do COVID safe games during lockdown. Do you have any nearby? There is a club nearby. I don't know whether they've been running, but I can't go to it because they are on a Saturday, and I work Saturdays. It's been a big problem for me for ages. I started Necrons in 3rd, loved running Tomb Spiders and Scarabs. Yep, I started in 3rd as well, and Necrons were awesome back then. I absolutely loved it. I've always loved playing Necrons, but seeing them change over the years quite a lot, up and down. Okay, so we've run in at just over an hour now, so I'm going to start rounding it up very soon. So if you have any questions that you desperately want me to answer, then pop them down in the chat as soon as you can. I started in 4th, Jonathan says. I need to start a Necron, so I have to watch all the next videos for advice. Awesome, that's what we like. What units, apart from troops, would you say every Necron army needs? I think you always need some big guns. Big guns are useful because you very often will come up against something which is going to have lots of wounds. So yeah, either Doomsday Arcs or Doom Stalkers, you know, something like that in your list you're probably going to need. I did want to ask you what you think of the direction Necrons have gone since Domitus. I quite like the new mechanical horror vibe. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't originally a fan of the new warrior. You know, when we saw the warriors and they came out and the broken parts and stuff, but having built and painted them, I think they're awesome now, and actually really like those warriors. And I've always said it, until you've built and painted a miniature, you really have to hold your judgment back on what you think of it, because it changed your perspective totally. You know, seeing it in a picture, I'll always remember when the White Dwarf was released and it had the first picture of the Eldar Wraith Knight. Is it the Wraith Knight? Yeah, the big one, Wraith Knight. And I think it was because of the way it was shot, the perspective. Everyone dissed that model, thought it's ugly, it's horrible. But when you saw it in the real, it's like absolutely awesome. And I do think that you have to pass judgment only when you've built and painted a miniature. Thank you for making content. If it wasn't for your videos, I would have had no idea where to start for the army. That's great to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying them. We're playing a huge narrative game in a few days or weeks. I agree. I saw the Canoptic Spider and disliked it. I painted it and now I loathe it. Big fan of the adorable Scarabs though. Yeah, you've got to paint it. There's one miniature which at the moment I absolutely hate it, but I am holding my judgment on it until I actually build and paint it, and that's the Tyrannid. I can't even remember what it's called now. Tyrannocyte, the drop pod, basically the drop pod. I really dislike that miniature. I think it's dreadful, but I have a feeling once I've built and painted it, I might like it. So I'm holding judgment, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. White Dwarf was only good in issues 1 to 89, then it went downhill fast. Hey Nick, sorry I'm late, mate. You're no trouble at all, Mr. Essex Boys. Thank you for joining in. I am literally just about to finish the stream. So, Christmas is just around the corner. not long now. At the moment, we are going to be able to meet. We've got the 3 bubble thing, which is great. Hopefully that stays like that. If it reduces to 2 bubbles, then I'm knackered because I've got my mum, my eldest children from my first marriage, and then my girlfriend, and obviously me with my daughter, and it's already hard to work it all out, all the bubbles, and I'm in this bubble, you're in that bubble. It's just a nightmare. But if they cut it down to 2 bubbles, then yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen there, but yeah. All the best for Christmas. Thank you so much, everyone. I really do hope you all have a good Christmas. I'm going to be sharing something on my community tab on Christmas Eve, so keep an eye out for that. And of course, on Monday will be the next Necron tactical video, so I hope you enjoy that too. Okay. Oh, now this is going to be interesting because my new Beam Me Up is not even Beam Me Up. It's just, and I disappear. So maybe for live streams, I'll just have to continue with Beam Me Up. So here we go. Beam Me Up.